Hello everyone, welcome to another video with me, 320 Sim Pilot, and today we are going to take a look at an exciting new addition to the A32NX fly-by-wire mod, which is the EFB, the electronic flight bag. Has started to come alive. It's now featured in the development and experimental fly-by-wire builds, not in the stable release yet, but it is there. It can now be powered on and it has a few functions already showing. So let's just take a quick look and have a little chat about electronic flight bags in aviation these days. Very short video for you today, just to give you an update for those of you who weren't aware. We are here in Paris Charles de Gaulle at the runway, ready almost to take off and head out to Sweden, Gothenburg. Here we are in the flight deck, and as you can see, I've already loaded in from SimBrief my flight plan. So I set this up in SimBrief. I've done videos on this before, including the new integration of SimBrief in the fly-by-wire mod. Here we go. We're going from Paris to Sweden, Gothenburg, and that's been requested. If I go to the init page, it's all loaded in there, and our flight plan. We just need to put our departure in. Not too important for today's video, but anyway, there you go. So that is all available in there, and your performance figures you can set up accordingly. So let us take a look at the iPad. So this is how you'll find it if you load up. I loaded this up in Microsoft Flight Simulator, just ready at the runway pretty much. So like I say, not a full setup here, but just to show you the iPad. So to turn it on, you simply have to click on the screen now. So I'll do that, click there, and it goes FlyPad, which is a great name, nicely done. And it gives a little loading bar. As ever, amazing work on the textures. There's all sorts of scratches and marks. And these iPads, you know, some airlines, pilots will keep the iPad or whatever it is with them. So some companies use iPads. You also see Windows-based tablets, Panasonic Toughbooks, all sorts of different electronic flight bags out there. Some airlines will leave them with the pilots. You can plug it in, it's mounted here, and usually you can take it out as well, but this is pretty much where it would be mounted, although a lot of airlines use suction cups on these windows as well. That's an alternative system, and you'll see those used a lot around the industry, the RAM mount. But there we go, this is looks more like a hard mounted style setup, which is great. I actually prefer it a little bit because then you can use this sunshade behind it normally in the actual aircraft. And here we go. This is the screen you are met with. So it tells you, the time, the charge, which is all great. You have to have it charging. Some of these have that built in. Some have power sockets down here in the A320 family, so you can plug it in. All different ways of doing it. But there we go. And it seems to bring up a pretty impressive weather chart that I really didn't expect to see. So I'm quite pleased to see this. We are in Paris, of course. So let's get to there. There we go, Paris. And it does sometimes show an aircraft, it sometimes doesn't. So what I'm going to do is load from SimBrief, see if that works. Before I do that, I've got to go here to the company tab and then enter. Now, I haven't worked this one out. As I type, it seems to change around the views when I press spacebar, for example, like that. But there we go. So I'll enter that there, and then I'll go to dashboard and click from SimBrief, and now it can load in my flight plan, which is taken just like the MCDU did. There we go. So I've done it from SimBrief and loaded it straight through. Here we get our scheduled time for the flight. You get the weather at departure and arrival, which is really great, really handy to have that. And actually, it's even giving us the actual weather. You got the runway decoding state and everything, so really good, that really handy that it just shows that nice and plainly here, so you can get your QNH, very important, basically the most important thing in there, straight away. So we can actually set that now. There you go, 907, prove it works. So that's great. And then we have the map. Now sometimes on this map, I've had it where it does show my aeroplane. Sometimes it shows my airplane in the wrong place around the world. So I'm not entirely sure if this is a functioning moving map yet or not, but there we go. We've got the dispatch tab, which gives us some information about the airplane, but more importantly, here's our load sheet. Now this is not really a load sheet. This is actually the operational flight plan, the OFP, and as you can see, this is page 1, which is the most important page. So it shows us block fuel required. We need 6.8, really 6.9 rounded up. Our taxi fuel, it gives us our actual takeoff weight, our zero fuel weight, gives us the cost index we need. So yeah, it's all here, and the page 1 is the most useful page for us. So there you go. So that now is available just there. So that's again a great addition, because now we don't have to have it on a different tab or whatever. And it'd be great if I could have charts on here as well one day, but there we go. Fuel and payload are currently in op. If I go to flight and performance and company, these are an op, except you enter your name there. Ground has JetBridge, catering, and the pushback. So there you go. So there's a look at it. You can just link it in, and not available on the FO side yet, sadly, but there we go. Yeah, you can link in your sim brief and have a lot more information just ready for you there on your dashboard. Really handy, a really great addition that's going to get very useful in the future. EFBs are an excellent addition to the modern flight deck. They save a lot of weight, because we don't have to carry all the paper manuals around. So these areas would all be full of paper manuals before, and now we can reduce that to just the QRH typically in the Airbus family. And in more modern aircraft like the 350, we don't even need that, or it's much smaller even than that, because the a lot of the emergency procedures are loaded into here. Also, it updates, so we can use the internet to update the manuals, as opposed to having to go through paper ones, find the old pages, take them out, and then put in the new ones, which is a very time-consuming task. There used to be companies that would come up to your airplane during the turnaround. They come on board and they would take off your old manuals and put in a set of new ones, because it was easier to do that with the new cycle of charts than to have you sit there and filter through them. But some smaller airlines and some private operators will know the pain of having to go through their manuals and pull out each page that's been changed individually in their procedures or their charts. But there we go. So that is a quick look there. I hope that's been of interest to you. As ever, amazing work by the fly-by-wire team. Very exciting to see all of the features we're getting brought to this aircraft so quickly. And the EFB is going to be really a game changer for us as we head out on some of our flights. I'm really looking forward to using it. As ever, plenty more streams and tutorials coming on the channel very soon. So do please subscribe if you'd like to see more of that. Otherwise, please do keep safe and well. We'll see you again in another video soon. Bye-bye.